going on, Pinball Land? Welcome. It's a special edition of Flipping Out Pinball Podcast. Greg Bone is with me today, and I am Ken Cromwell on Pokemon Launch Day. What's up, Greg Bone?
Pokemon.
I got to say this. So we're going to kind of go over our thoughts on this game really quick. As somebody that, full transparency, not really familiar with Pokemon. I must have just missed it. My brothers, who were younger than me, never got into Pokemon, and there was like a little gap there. So I was a little bit hesitant as to how much I would really be enthusiastic about the release. Now, I do work for a pinball distributor, so I can see where this might come across as me being a little bit of a showman or a salesman, but I gotta say, seeing the game, it looks like it's pretty fun, man. And if you're a Pokemon fan, this should probably really hit home for you. And for me, just getting familiar with the theme, I'm very intrigued by it. So I don't know what your thoughts are, and I don't know if you're a Pokemon guy.
Exact same sentiments. Pokemon, that whole thing maybe missed my generation by about 2 or 3 years or so, maybe. Right. So just, I was kind of out of touch with it. Really wasn't looking forward to it. And dude, seeing it, I actually agree. Like I felt that I was going to be disappointed. I felt because it was a theme that I personally was not into, that it wasn't going to really resonate with me. And it's like, yeah, whatever. But dude, it does look fun.
It does look fun.
There's a lot going on there. Because we heard some early rumors that there's not a lot, blah, 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 blah. But dude, so maybe going in with super low expectations because of hearing all that, I was beyond surprised.
I am too. I just, the whole composition of the game is nice. The artwork seems spot on with the theme. It's fun artwork. Yes. It's colorful artwork. The game has toys. It's got moving parts and mechs and pieces, which is what you would expect. What I really think is important is that you're tying in all the assets that come from that animated series that was huge for Pokemon. I mean, and Pokemon is just the biggest IP on Earth. It's bigger than the following 4 IPs combined as far as revenue and generating sales and merchandise. It's good. And real quick, the game, basically this is what you're doing. You're going to discover, catch, train, and battle in the Pokemon world under the glass. So you're going to travel around the Playfield world as a Pokemon trainer, and you're discovering Pokemon in their different habitats. So you're going to shoot a Pokeball lock, which is on the left, right, which rocks back and
forth. Which is under a lift ramp. Yeah, and it looks like, so the way that I assumed just by watching the trailer and the video is that when you actually capture them, it looked like there was a lift ramp there, and you shoot underneath that lift ramp at the Pokemon ball, at the Pokeball, and that's your capture. So I like that.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. It's Pokemon-themed Playfield, including Bulbasaur Outer Loop, Squirtle Ramp with Whirlpool action. And that Whirlpool action looks like it's to the left of the flipper when you're kind of coming through the return. It kind of goes through there like you would see in the upper right of Star Wars where that pit is.
To drop down into your in lane by your flipper.
Correct. There were efforts to be made on that Whirlpool ramp that you're not going to be living in there in perpetuity. So they're taking that into consideration. You don't want a ball spinning around there for 45 seconds while you're trying to feed that left flipper. So that's good. You've got the Pikachu ramp with ball lock and an animatronic Pikachu that reacts to Playfield events, and the Charmander Outer Loop with Fire Energy Spinner. The Pikachu's cool. I mean, it is cool. It's a big sculpt in the upper right, and it's a little head. It follows the ball. It's mechanical action. It's animatronic.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, if you're on location and your family and you walk in there with your kids, I mean, that game is colorful. You're going to notice it, and then you're going to see it doing all these cool things. The Pikachu is moving. The ball's rocking left to right. You've got all the sounds and the theme song that you're familiar with. But
to me, what stood out the most, and what's nice is it's across all three games, Pro, Premium, and LE, was that the Meow balloon in the middle that goes up and down, and he goes down sort of like Slimer, but Slimer 10.0, because he's large and he moves, straight down in front of you. You can bash him, and then he raises up. It's one of those things that I think that we've kind of been missing. As simple as what that is, it's just what you said. Can you imagine going on location and you see that? That's a fun wow thing that makes you want to shoot at it and hit it.
The middle of the playfield is the most accessible part of any playfield. And naturally, anybody that's playing pinball early on, you're trying to shoot kind of up the middle. And when you do it on this game, you've got, stand-up targets on the left and the right that are angled towards each other. You've got
very much like Junkyard, very reminiscent of Junkyard.
Correct. You've got the magnet balloon that's kind of coming down, or it's just a balloon that's coming down, but underneath that area too is a magnet that introduces additional chaos. So for a very familiar shot, you've got a lot of reactionary things that can happen up there and just make it feel a little bit more special.
And then off of that left ramp, back over to that left ramp. So I was trying to kind of decipher that, and they called it a jump ramp. So what it looks like is when you shoot up that left ramp to capture your Pokemon, it's a jump ramp over almost like a crisscross plastic ramp. So it almost looks like you jump over, then it does like a 180 or a 360, I guess a 180 around, and then it goes back under the area that is the jump ramp, if that kind of makes sense. It's kind of hard to almost like
it's very hard to describe what's going on a pinball playfield on an audio podcast.
But I like that. I haven't seen that.
Yeah. I would recommend after this podcast or pause the podcast and run over to flippingoutpinball.com because the pictures are up there. The launch video is going to be on our social media. You can kind of get an idea as to what's going on and how the ball is moving. You're becoming a Pokemon master by competing with rival trainers and Team Rocket. So you train Pokemon to get them ready for rival battles, win your rival battles to compete in the Pokemon arena, battle the ball interactive Meowth balloon. The Meowth balloon is right in the middle, which is cool. It's a bash toy that goes up and down, as you were explaining, Greg, and that's to protect your Pokemon when it descends to the playfield arena. So, go ahead. I'm sorry, buddy.
No. You go ahead. I want to see where you're going.
This is where I was going because a lot of people had interest in the LE, right? And there were only 750 LEs that were going to be available. So the next, the obvious choice there would be to go to a premium if you're not able to get the LE. But if Pro is where you're at $6,999 on this game, I don't really think you're missing too much to where you're feeling you're getting a lesser game. And that's very relieving to me.
So like I said, you got the Meow balloon that still moves. Yes. Now, I do believe that the magnet is removed from that, so you're missing that. Correct. Pikachu's head doesn't move, but I mean, hey, it's that's still just more of a cosmetic thing. The Pokeball does not shake. It's still there, but it's static. Yep. And then there was something that they were saying. There's a subway
sneak in on the upper left that was replaced with just a stand-up target.
Yes, to hit. Yes,
but again, instead of it being going,
those are all nice, cool things. Yeah. But you're not, like you said, you're not going wrong with the Pro. No. Now, I think if they would have removed the Meow balloon, different story.
Yeah. Yeah, and they could have just had that be static up in the air and you hit a target in the back. Exactly. But that's still, I mean,
I know. I was pleasantly surprised.
I'm here shaking my head. I'm like, what is going on here? Yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised too, because again, not every game's going to have to appeal to me. I don't need to want to buy every single game. I was pretty convinced. I'm like, I'm happy for everybody else. I don't really need to get into Pokemon. Happy to help answer questions, but I don't know, man. It's starting to get to me where it's like, do I need to get a Pokemon? And then I'm going to be disappointed because I didn't get an LE, Greg. But I don't usually get LEs. I'm a premium buyer most of the time.
I originally told Zach that I wasn't going to pick up a Pro for my location.
Yeah.
And I said, I just don't know if I want to. I've got a lot of games right now. But now I'm just seeing it. Like, I swear to you on everything, like I'm second guessing that because I think this thing is going to kill on location.
I do too. And if you've ever thought about the potential of operating a game, I don't see how you go wrong throwing a Pro anywhere. You could put a Pro in a Pizza Hut, in a bowling alley, in a sushi restaurant
to it. Yeah. And adults are going to flock to it too. Like I said, like our age demographic, we missed it just barely. But I mean, there's still going to be a lot of adults in their 20s and 30s that are really going to want to play this game.
Agreed. And so this is a Jack Danger, George Gomez design. You have Tanya Kleisen team on code. And it sounds like the code is going to launch, for what it is at 0.80, which I think is fine. The game is going to be coded there. At least there's inserts or whatever for 3 wizard modes. The game is going to launch with 1 wizard mode at 0.80, and it's Pikachu versus Charizard. That's going to be the wizard mode that's going to happen at lunch. There were some questions because we just got out of the distributor kind of preview meeting. There was some Q&A, and we can go over some of that. Anything else that stands out? I mean, we could talk about the art packages. The LE is that Pikachu yellow with the purple
That
trim.
LE is pretty. That kind of took me by surprise, too. That LE is pretty. I like that purple powder coat a lot more than what I thought I would.
Yeah. It looks nice.
It is a pretty game. Yeah, I'm like, see, it's very basic art in a sense, but it's like you said, like it fits the theme. I'm kind of glad that they didn't go over. I mean, granted, it could have been a licensor type, approval type deal or whatever, but I'm glad that it wasn't overboard. Like that makes me happy about this, that it stays within the theme. It looks Pokemon. The styling of the entire game is Pokemon. It's not a reimagining. It's not oversaturated. It's not, overly busy.
Do you say oversaturated? I love it.
Yes.
It's so funny.
I get a little worked up about my oversaturation.
I know. But no, you're right. And there was discussion in the distributor meeting that we just got out of where the IP holder, very involved in the artwork. So all the assets that they received were direct from the IP holder.
Yeah, see.
And essentially, Stern Pinball is then taking these IP assets and they're creating compositions that then get passed to the licensor again for approval. So it's completely on brand with Pokemon, completely on brand with the animated series. You've got some custom call-outs by Pikachu himself, which I thought was interesting to hear. It's not just things that they're plucking directly out of the animated series. You do have some custom speech and custom speech by Giovanni, who I guess is the show kind of announcer. He's got some custom speech in that game. You do have the iconic theme, Gotta Catch 'Em All. So that's in there. That's a big deal. I took some notes. Big. And I mean, I can go through my notes one at a time if you just want to comment on it. I don't want to keep people here too long. You're going to want to get out and you're going to want to see the game. You're going to want to, I would assume, order a game. But no anniversary game for this. This was something that they were very clear on. So
this was the anniversary game.
Exactly. This is the 30th anniversary of Pokemon. Now, do we see one on the 40th anniversary? It's 10 years down the road. I don't know if anybody's gonna care about that point, but they made a specific point to let us know that this is the anniversary game. Insider Connect is going to play a huge role in this game too.
This is what I'm excited about.
Correct. The platform is really going to allow you to collect each Pokemon and kind of store it in your virtual database, which is going to be through Insider Connected. The game is going to launch with over 180 Pokemon, but there are more coming. So you're going to have to complete objectives and tasks throughout the game to earn these, and they will reside in your Insider Connected profile. You're not allowed to trade them. You're going to have to catch them all yourself. For those of you that have locations and you want to put one on location, the rollout schedule essentially is going to be pros first, with locations having priority, which is huge. You'll be able to get one of the first pros off the line. They're going to come right to your location and you can start earning and spreading the love. And then as we get into March, you're going to see LEs on the line, followed by premiums, and then back to pros. So that's the current production schedule for Stern. As far as add-ons and accessories, they're still through, they're going through licensor approvals for some of that stuff. And they basically said to be announced, but it's going to come out sooner than later. Yeah, but just kind of give us some time so we can finalize. The LE has all the bling that you're looking for anyways, as far as your expression, speaker lights, your interior speaker expression lights.
And the LE comes with the Master Ball shooter rod.
Yes, exactly. You've got the outside armor rails to have the lights embedded, and they're going to be screened or inked with patterns. And I don't mean to focus solely on locations, but I found it interesting. Somebody in chat thought this would be a good game for redemption. And Stern Pinball games are set up to dispense tickets. So if that's what you're looking to do, if you've got a redemption center or you're solely redemption based at your facility, you can set this up to spit tickets. So I think that's cool too. Overall, though, man, pleasantly surprised. It's going to be a banger for Stern. And
I agree.
Man,
which they need, and I'm happy because I was still a little bit on the fence with this. Like I said, more so because I was trying to remove myself from a theme that I personally wasn't into. Yeah. But yeah, seeing this, man, like this is a hit that they needed, and this is going to be a hit, because I was a little worried about where things were going to go from here, for this first quarter. But, breath of fresh air, like can breathe. Yeah. And
this
is going to sell like crazy.
They've got to be pretty pumped up about it. And there's something to be said about the simplicity of a fan layout, because a fan layout can be very satisfying. Not everything has to be so complex and convoluted. And this is going to be something that's going to be very accessible for somebody that's new and stepping up to a pinball machine for the first time, where it should satiate more experienced pinball players. But hey, I mean, if you have anything to do with Pokemon and this is something you've been waiting for, it does not seem like it's going to disappoint. Now, this is a first impression video, right? Or this is a first impression podcast. So we're going off what we're seeing. Gameplay video, as far as like a stream, which I would assume is going to be hosted by Jack Danger and team, is pending, working some things out with a licensor as well. So I would assume it'd probably be something that's pre-recorded, something that the licensor can see and that it'll come out. So they're working on that too. Mm-hmm. I don't know when that comes out, but hey, man, it's going to be a heck of a day. And it's like, part of me is, I'm excited, but it's, you know how the launches can be. And I just
We're going to be up all evening. We're going to be working tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon.
Right. It's going to be a fun-filled Valentine's Day. Yeah. I finally got an excuse to not make plans. So that's
people are catching Pokemons and we're catching customers.
Be like,
come our way.
We're going to catch you all. So if you want to order the game, 3 easy ways to do it. You can go to flippingoutpinball.com right now. Pros and premiums will be available. LE is tentatively sold out. If we have some become available, if you're on our list, we will call you to let you know that a limited edition game is available. But as of right now, we don't have availability. If you prefer to contact one of us directly, we will just take care of your invoice, send it to your email with a secure link for payment. It makes it real easy. You can hit me up at ken@flippingoutpinball.com. That's Ken, K-E-N, at flip, the letter N, outpinball.com. Or you can hit up Greg at flippingoutpinball.com. And if you have any questions, let us know. We'll do the best that we can. We're learning as we go through, but it's an exciting day. It's a Stern launch day. It's Pokemon, and it looks like it's going to be a hit, Greg. So for Greg Bone, I am Ken Cromwell. Don't forget to take some time out of your day, play some pinball. So long, everybody.